The new Kindle Scribe Colorsoft has been out for a couple of months now, so let's be honest, we don't need to see another unboxing. Today we're going to show you guys the new Kindle Scribe Colorsoft and how I'm using it for productivity as a note taker. Historically, the Kindle Scribe has been a reader first and note taking has been an afterthought. And to be honest with you, not much has changed. It's still going to feel limited to some, but for others, it's going to be just the right amount of tools you need for note taking. Today we're going to look at the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft as a note taker and a productivity tool. Let's talk about it. Welcome everybody back to the channel. This is 2530 Media, and of course, I am Aaron Reed. Hey, if you're new here, don't make it your last time. Thanks for stopping by. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified of when I release these videos, which honestly, I try to do at least once a week. And of course, if you're finding the information here informative or just entertaining, go ahead and hit the like button. So the new Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. It's still a reader first, but Amazon has done some things to the note-taking experience, which has actually made it a better note taker than the previous generations. With this new workspace and what you can do when it comes to organization and just storing all of your information in one place, it actually improves the note-taking and productivity experience. Today we're going to take a look at the Notes app. We're going to take a look at the writing feel. I think they changed the writing surface from the previous generations. We're also going to look at how you can store and move around information to help you with that note-taking experience. If you're organized, you can take better notes. And if you can take better notes, you can be productive. We're going to look at the changes they've made, the things that you can do with this tablet that are almost exclusive to the Kindle Scribe. And it's not too many other platforms that actually allow you to organize and store your information on tablet the way that Amazon does with the Kindle Scribe, this third generation. So let's get into it. So let's start from the home screen of the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. We're going to see some changes from the previous generation. First thing we're going to see is space for your quick notes. It seems like they focused more on writing just as much as they have on reading with this new generation of Kindle Scribe. So you have a space here for your quick notes to start a quick note if you like. On this side, you're going to have a space for those previously open notes or folders, of course PDFs and books that you have on your tablet. Down here, we're going to have a space for your recently added books. So you're going to find your recently added books, whether you got them through the Kindle app or you moved over an EPUB that you have, or if you've moved over any PDFs. And as you scroll down, that's when you're going to get to your Kindle Scribe picks. So books that they pick for you based off of the algorithm of what you've normally been reading, things that are inspired by your reading habits. That's where you're going to find those Kindle recommendations. So there are a couple of ways that you can start a note just like you could on the previous generations. If you select this icon here, you can go ahead and create that notebook. But what we're going to focus on right now is the quick note. So simply by hitting your quick note section, now you have a quick note. And that template is going to default to that last used template. So now let's check out the writing experience on the new Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. So with the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft, the writing experience is going to be a little bit more slick than the previous generation. The white nib that comes with this new design pen is just a little bit too slick for me. However, I went ahead and put in a palm nib from the previous Kindle Scribe premium pen, and it feels a lot better. It's still a little slick, but the writing feel on this Scribe is improved with that nib. When you're looking at tools that you have available for you, they're pretty much the same. The difference is now we have color. So when you go to your pen selection, now you have your pen selections and you'll see that you have a new shader tool. And now you actually have color as well. And when you look on your toolbar, you actually have two selections of color. So you can have your default color, which I have is black. And then you can choose a secondary color if you like. That's going to be red. And if you want to switch that color up, you can do that as well. You can do that with this color selection as well also. So you have a lot of good choices of switching color on your pens with the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. Let's take a look at how some of these colors look on this tablet. Now, while you're in your Quick Notes actually acts as its own notebook. So if you go to your page view, you can see these pages that you've used in the Quick Notes. Something else they added to the new Kindle Scribe Colorsoft is going to be the Workspace. The Workspace is going to be that dedicated space for your notebooks. So now that we're in the Workspace, we're going to go over a couple of different things. We're going to go over how you can create a folder and create a notebook. And you can do that easily by just hitting this plus sign. Once you select that, you have the option to create a notebook, create a folder, or you can add a book or a document. And I'll show you how that's going to work in a minute. So if you decide you want to create a notebook, you simply select create a notebook. From here, you're going to have the ability to create that notebook. Simply find whatever template it is that you want to use. They've added a couple of new templates. A yellow legal pad template is one of them. They've added a couple of more productivity templates. You have an extra checklist. You have an extra weekly planner that they didn't have on the previous generation. And now they've actually added these meeting notes that we're going to get into in a second. If you want to create a folder, it's the same selection. You hit create a folder and you're going to name your folder. Now what's also new for this generation is going to be adding a book or a document. Previously you couldn't do this. Your book or documents lived in the library. Well, now you can select the book or a document and you can add it to your workspace. And this doesn't just have to be a PDF or EPUB that you've added from another source. This can also be a Kindle book that you bought through Kindle or a book that you have through Kindle Unlimited. So you can put all of these things into the same space in Workspace. So pretty much my workflow for using this tablet as a tablet for productivity, maybe using it for work, completing tasks, I'll show you guys how I would do that. The first thing that I'm going to do is the Quick Notes. The Quick Notes is going to be a place that I operate out of to pretty much just generate notes. If I don't have anything planned, I'm going to go through the Quick Notes. Most of the time, I'm going to leave the Quick Notes on the meeting template because that's probably going to be my most used Quick Note. If I'm on my way to a meeting that was maybe impromptu, I can easily just select the Quick Notes and I can have that meeting template pulled up. So I have a sample meeting template here. It's just a generic meeting note template that you can use to start taking notes for that meeting. And if you need to change the template to just actually have space to write, if you don't need the actual meeting note template, you can always go to your notebook settings, find the template you need. I've actually enjoyed using this legal pad template here on the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. I like it. It's nice. It's yellow with blue lines and then your red margin line here. I've noticed when using the legal pad template, the only other color that really pops good on this template is going to be maybe red or blue. Now, what's good about what they've done with this new generation of Kindle Scribe is what you can do with your notes after you start using them. So let's say I've been working on my meeting, I have some meeting notes, and I want to move my meeting notes to my meeting folder or my daily task folder. I'm going to show you guys how you can do that. So I navigated back to my workspace. And if you see here, I have a series of folders set up in my workspace for just projects that I'm working on. Now I have a sample folder that I made here. Within my sample folder, I have one folder for meetings, and then I just have a notebook for daily tasks and to-dos. So as I go on my meeting folder, this is where I would keep my meeting notes. I would usually just save these by date. But let's say this is a notebook that I already have, and I want to add some more meeting notes to it. I'm going to show you guys how I can add that information that we generated within our Quick Notes to a specific notebook or folder. So we're going to access our Quick Notes. Our quick notes are their own notebook. So now that I've accessed my quick notes, I'm going to go to my page view. What I'm going to do now is select move. And we're going to select move to. Once I select move to, it's going to give me an option of where I can move these notes to. We're going to go into our sample folder. We're going to go into our meetings. And now we're going to go to that meeting notebook. Once I select the preferred notebook, we're going to hit move. Now that I've hit move, I've moved that note into that notebook. So now you see my meeting notes tells me I have 2 pages. And here are those notes that I moved from my quick notes notebook. Now I've been able to move that to my meeting notes. And this is a feature that you could not do on the previous generations of Kindle Scribe. You couldn't move notes in between notebooks. So something else they've added is improved organization to the tablet. I'm going to show you guys what I mean. We're going to go into our sample folder. And from there, we're going to create another folder. So this is going to be where I have notes on any books that I'm reading, any PDFs that I brought over to work on a project, anything that I want to take some notes and make sure I have the information that I'm gathering for those notes or that project in one place. So the first thing we're going to do is just create a simple notebook. It's going to be a sample notebook for our work that we're going to be working on. So let's say I'm working on my pen project. So now that I've started a notebook for my pen project, I have a few resources for my pen project that I want to add to it. So the first thing I'm going to add to it is a 3D printing handbook that's going to give me information on how I can start 3D printing my pen. So I'm going to select that and I'm going to hit add. Once I hit add, it's going to add that book that I sourced from Kindle to the same folder within my workspace. So now I have the information that I'm going to be using for my note taking for my pen project here. Now I also have a couple of more resources that I want to add here. I have a EPUB that I created that has information on my pen project, schematics for the pen, directions on how to print it. I'll do the same thing. I'll hit add. From there, I'm going to hit add book or document. It's going to take me back to my library. Now I'm looking for the EPUB that I brought over. The EPUB that I brought over is going to be called the pen project. I'm going to select that. We're going to hit add again. And now you guys can see it added. It's going to add the pen project EPUB that I created. And it's also going to bring over a Kindle book that I sourced. Now I can go into my EPUB. I have my information. I have all the tools available to me that I would have inside of the reader when it comes to taking notes. You also have the highlighter here, just like you would anywhere else. What they've added is the ability to highlight and have different categories with your color highlights. So my first couple of highlights are going to be in pink. If I want to choose to highlight a larger selection instead of one sentence, you're going to long press. I'm going to pin this one first. After I pin it, I'm going to go ahead and highlight it. It's highlighted pink. Select my pen again if I want to add some notes. Now I'm going to change my highlighter to green. We'll highlight some things in green. So now when we go look at our highlights, we will see our highlight in blue. We'll see our highlight in aqua. We'll see our highlight in green. And then we also see our highlights in pink. You can sort what information you want to see. if you want to see your bookmark. So now we're only seeing the bookmark. If I want to sort by just notes, now we're seeing our notes. And if I also want to sort by highlights, it's going to show me my highlights, and it has them sorted out per the color highlight that I used. And of course, if I want to go see what that information looks like, I tap on it and it's going to take me to that page, and then I can select that page, revisit that information. If I want to hop back to my note, I simply go back. Now I'm back in my folder. I can hop back in my notes and I can add more information. If you want to add any bookmarks while reading your information, you're going to tap in the top right hand corner. Now you have your bookmark. If you tap that bookmark again, you can choose which color you want to make that bookmark. We're going to make that one orange. And just like our highlights, you can actually sort your information by bookmark as well. So when I go to bookmark, you see I have an orange bookmark and I have my blue bookmark. So those are also grouped by color. So another feature that they added to the new Kindle Scribe is the ability to move multiple pages from one notebook to the next. You couldn't move any pages from one notebook to another notebook in previous generations. But now, with this, I can go to my notes. I can go to my page view. I can go to select. I can select multiple pages, and I can move. And I can select move to or copy to. So if I move to it, now it's going to tell me to find which folder I want to move it to. So I'll go back in my sample notes, and we're just going to move those 2 pages to this sample daily notebook. I select it. I'm going to hit move. I can go see it. And now it's moved those 2 pages and merged it with that one notebook. So there are a lot of different ways that you can organize your information here on your Kindle Scribe that you couldn't do in previous generations. And from your library, you can also move books, PDFs, documents, EPUBs from your library to your workspace as well. And something that's really cool is that it also works with your Audible entries. So if you see here, I can sort my library by downloaded, unread, or read. I can also sort it by type. Now what we're going to do is go to Audible. From here you see I have all of my books that I have in Audible that I've been using. Now, not only can you combine EPUBs, Kindle books, notes, PDFs within your workspace, you also can move those Audible books as well. So what we're going to do is take a look at a Audible book, Project Hail Mary, and we're going to move this to our workspace. From here I can choose where I want to move this. We're going to move it to our sample folder. We're going to move it to reading notes. And now we've moved it to reading notes. So if you see here in my reading notes, I have an Audible book. I have an EPUB that I moved over. I have a notebook that I started for notes. And I also have a Kindle book that I brought over as well. So you really can do a lot when it comes to organization and grouping all of your information that you have on tablet in one place, including being able to now merge different notebooks together as one. You can do that by either moving or copying to. You can move those EPUBs or PDFs. You can move Kindle books and Audible books as well. So we just checked out the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft and how I'm going to use this as my daily driver for the next couple of weeks. Some of the key features that I'm really excited about is that new workspace and just how I can organize my information. The fact that I can store Kindle books, EPUBs, PDFs, Audible titles, and my notebooks in one place, at least for me and my workflow, allows me to not need the linking system that I would use on other platforms. I have quick and easy access to all the information I need to work with at whatever time I'm working on it. Being able to seamlessly jump between a book and a note in one folder, it works great for me. When you look at the actual note-taking experience in the Notes app, it's pretty much the same. Now you do have the addition of color, which allows you to be able to mix and match between your pen and your colored selection for that pen if you like to change colors in writing your notes. Also, a tool that I'm excited about is the organization with your highlights. If you're like me and when you're reading or you're annotating a PDF, you like to organize your highlights by different colors. I usually use 2 or 3 different highlighting colors when doing this, and that allows me to group information by the highlight. You also can add another layer of that with your bookmarks. So you can have bookmarks with the same color as your highlights that will give you different categories of information you want to go back to. And the fact that they have now added the ability for you to merge notebooks together, I can start my quick notes, have 2 or 3 pages of quick notes, take those pages, put them in the appropriate folder, and then add them to the appropriate notebook. And if I have multiple notebooks and I want to combine that information into one notebook, now on the Kindle Scribe, I have the ability to do that. That's something we didn't have the ability to do in the previous generations. And with how the Workspace now lets you organize your information across the entire tablet, the Kindle Scribe is giving you some organization that most platforms don't give you. The closest you're going to get to that is going to be Supernote and Remarkable. And even with those 2 platforms, you can't move Kindle books into the folder, especially Remarkable because you don't have Kindle on Remarkable. The next video, we're going to check out integrations, and we're going to see how that looks when linking my Kindle Scribe to my Google Drive. And from there, we're going to take a deeper look into the different templates they've added, what that note-taking experience truly looks like on a daily basis when you're using it for work or productivity. And we're going to see what it looks like to daily drive a Kindle Scribe Colorsoft for about 2 weeks. Let me know in the comments what you guys think so far. Do you like the new and improved Workspace? Do you think it adds to the note-taking experience? Or is this tablet still too limited and just good as a reader and maybe the occasional note? Thank you guys for checking out the channel. I'll see you next time.